everyone, it's me, Olivia Modecator, founder and CEO of Dance Ed Tips. So for this week's video, I want to share with you how I'm setting up my online teaching for my classes this year. So in my school, we are doing blended learning. So I'm going to have 50% of the kids with me in person through social distancing, and the other half I'm going to be teaching online at the same time. So I've really had to do a lot of work setting up my classroom in order to be able to teach both groups at once. So I wanted to share with you all the tools and resources that I'm using to make this happen. And this is my setup. Some people have access to different amounts of technology, but this is what I found works for me, and I wanted to share with you in case you all found it helpful. So first, I want to go over what you actually need. So I have a MacBook, so I'm going to be showing for MacBooks. I think a good portion of people have a MacBook. Not everyone does, but this setup is pretty similar, and I think you'll be able to apply it even if you don't have a Mac. So the things that you need, first off, are an HDMI cord. You also need a USB-C adapter and a wide angle lens. Now for the HDMI cord, okay, so the end looks like this. Okay, and this is what you're going to use to hook up your computer to a TV screen. You can also do this to a computer monitor. Now, the reason I want to use the computer screen or the TV screen is so that I can actually really see the students. In the spring, I was just watching the students off of my laptop, and they just, in those small boxes, I felt like I couldn't really see them and give them a lot of good feedback. So I am connecting my computer to this screen behind me so that I can actually see the kids who are at home and see them in a much higher quality and much bigger picture. So that's what this HDMI cord is going to do. It's going to connect your computer so that everything that's on your computer you can also see on the screen. Now, if you have a Mac, and actually most computers now, because they've gotten fancier, you probably can't connect this directly into your computer. You can connect this directly into the TV screen or the computer screen if that's what you're using, but to actually plug it into the computer, you need an adapter. Okay, so they make all different kinds. This one is just HDMI. Okay, so you see it has that same shape as this, so they'll be able to go in. And then this end is called a USB-C, letter C like cat. And this is what you're going to use to plug into your computer. So once you have these two things connected, you'll be able to hook up the TV to your computer screen. So this is really easy. You just take the USB-C, again, that's what the plug looks like, and you just pop it into the side of your MacBook. If you have a different computer that's not a Mac, then you would need to get an adapter that would work for your computer. The other end of your HDMI cord is going to go into the back of the TV screen or into the back of the computer monitor. So as you can see, these are the matching plugs for the HDMI cord, and here on this TV, it's even labeled. You'll also notice that there's numbers, right? You see number 3 and number 4. So a lot of computer monitors and TVs have several of these plugs. And so they're labeling them and numbering them so that it's easy for you to identify. These numbers will make it easier for you to connect what you're seeing on your laptop to what you're seeing on the screen. So if you have that number there and you can see it, try to remember what it is. Otherwise, it's fine and you'll be able to figure it out without it. So as you can see, now I'm plugging the end of it into the slot, and I put it in number 4. So I'm going to remember that later on. Now you'll see that my laptop is connected through the adapter all the way to the back of the TV. So I'm all set to actually connect and get ready to put everything that I see on my computer screen onto the actual TV screen. So the way to do that is to turn the TV screen on. So I'm going to click the on button back here, and you're going to wait for your TV screen or your computer monitor to fire up. And you also want to make sure that your laptop is on. So I'm going to log into mine, and I'm going to get my Zoom situation ready here so that I can connect and see my students. So now I am logging on to my Zoom meeting, and you can see that I'm here. Now, you'll notice that on the TV screen, it says no signal. So on your TV screen or monitor, you might see that it's not connected. So this is where that number for the HDMI is really important, okay? So either on the side of the TV, or if you have a remote control, you're gonna click the input button. Let me see if I can show you. See where it says input? And as you'll see on the screen, right now I'm on HDMI 1. So if I had my computer plugged into HDMI 1, it would have probably been working now. But I wanna go to HDMI 4 because I plugged into HDMI 4. So now you can see that what I'm seeing on my screen, which is my Zoom, I now see it up on the big screen, okay? So if you don't know the number, right, if you're, you couldn't see behind the TV and you couldn't find out like which HDMI you were plugged into, if you just keep clicking input and you just wait and kind of go through each one, right? You could wait and then go to the next one and say, okay, it's not that one. Okay, it's not that one. You'll be able to find the one that it is. Okay, so if you're not able to figure out what number HDMI you're in, that's totally okay. So now you can see that everything is all synced up. Now the next thing I've been adding to this setup to make it even better, okay, is a wide lens. All right, so this is one that I bought. I'm gonna put a link for you together so that you can figure out the one that I have, but you can shop around. There's a bunch of them. They all come in different, qualities and price points. But I like this one because you can plug it, or not plug it in, but clip it onto any device. So I've used this on my phone, I've used this on an iPad, I've used this on my laptop, and so it works for anything. So I think that this is really versatile, which is why I bought this one. Now, what's really great about this wide lens is that it actually kind of zooms out more than your normal camera does, okay? So this is really great for us when teaching dance because I was finding in the spring that a lot of times I couldn't get far away enough from the screen for the kids to see my whole body. Or if I was far away enough from the screen, what was happening is I was shouting and the kids couldn't hear me because I was so far away. So what this lens actually does is it actually zooms out the screen so like that you can be closer to your device, your computer, your iPad, your phone, and you're not shouting across the room and they can see your full body. So installing this is really, really easy. All you have to do is clip it, right? So you're just gonna press on the clip there and you're gonna line it up to where your actual camera is. So you might have to find it the exact spot, but as you'll see, now that I have it clipped on, I'm much more zoomed out than I was earlier. I'm gonna show you if I take it off. I know there's a reflection here. You see how much closer? But now when I put it back on, I'm further away. So I only have to be here for the students to be able to see my full body. So it makes it a lot easier. Now, the final thing you need to think about when putting this together is the sound, okay? So for the students in the room, because I'm connected through my HDMI cord, the students are gonna hear the sound through the actual TV. So I'm not using another speaker, I'm not using another sound system. My students are gonna hear the music through the TV. So it's really great. I just turn up the TV and the kids in the room will be able to hear the music really clearly, and I can use the remote to have it go up and down. Now, the students that are on Zoom, they can also hear it this way through the TV, but it might not sound as great, or it might also cause a delay. So there is a way in Zoom to actually have them hear the sound the same way that the students in the room are hearing the sound. So in order to be able to share the sound with the kids that are at home in a very clear way, you want to be inside of Zoom and change your Zoom settings. Okay, so I'm inside Zoom right now. As you can see in the top left corner here, you can see I'm in Zoom. You do not need to share your screen in order to share your sound. Okay, so you have to go into share screen to access this setting, but you do not actually have to share your screen in order to do it. So I'm going to show you that. So if you go to here, share screen, you're going to see in the bottom left-hand corner that it says Share Computer Sound. Now, to make sure that it only shares the sound and not the screen, you want to then go to Advanced and click here, Music or Computer Sound Only. So once this is highlighted in blue and this little corner is checked off, you can click Share. So now when I play my music, the students in the room will be able to see it, and the students in the Zoom room will be able to hear it. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to put my Spotify on real quick. So you can hear it's actually coming through the TV, but at home, the students are hearing it directly. So that's our video for this week. I hope this was informative and helpful and helps you really set up your classroom, whether it's in person or online, in a way that really works for you and your dancers. We'll see you next time.